The police department response was swift. Officers entered the first story of the school, began clearing it. They heard shots coming from the second level. They immediately went to the gunfire. When the officers got to the second level, they saw a shooter, a female, who was firing. The officers engaged her. She was fatally shot by responding police officers. A call of an active shooter inside Covenant School, Covenant Presbyterian Church. We now know that there are 3 students who were fatally wounded, as well as 3 adults inside the school. There was a 5-member team who was on the second floor at that time. 2 individuals from that 5-member team opened fire on the shooter. We know at this point that this shooter is a female. She appears to be in her teens, although her identification has not been confirmed at this juncture. We know that she was armed with at least 2 assault-type rifles. She entered the school through a side entrance and traversed her way from the first floor to the second floor, firing multiple shots. We now know that there are 3 students who were fatally wounded, as well as 3 adults inside the school. We are working to identify those victims. Including the shooter, a total of 7 persons were killed as a result of this morning's incident at the school.
Hey guys, so here is an article. Audrey Hale, former student, left MAP and Manifesto after shooting 6 at Nashville Christian school. The woman who killed 6 people, including 3 children, at a Christian elementary school in Nashville, Tennessee, has been identified as Audrey Elizabeth Hale. We now know her full name and identity, which we've already released earlier today. The 28-year-old, who is believed to be a former student at Covenant Presbyterian Church School, was shot dead by police on an upper floor of the school. She had been shot open. She had shot open a side door before opening fire on students and staff with 2 assault-style rifles and a handgun. The Metro Nashville Police Chief John Drake says Hale was not believed to have any previous criminal record. And I was just talking to another creator about this. This is like our 5th back-to-back case where someone seemingly with no criminal history whatsoever, their first crime is the act of murder. And that is something that we probably need to dive in and about on itself, that particular topic of conversation. Why are people going straight from no criminal history directly to murder? He said a manifesto and a map of the school grounds showing entrances has been found at her home. At a press conference, whether there was anything found in police search of Hale's apartment that could have suggested a motive for such a horrific crime, Chief Drake said, "We have a manifesto. We have some writings we're going over that pertain to this day, the actual incident. We have a map drawn out of how this was all going to take place. There's right now a theory that we may be able to talk about later, but it's not confirmed, so we'll put that out as soon as we can. Hale reportedly identified as a transgender and used pronouns he, him. In an answer to a question as to whether this might have been had any bearing on a motive, Drake said there is still some theories to that. We're investigating all the leads, and once we know exactly, we will let you know. So they're not sure exactly what the reason for this target. Now, I have some theories. It's just my speculation. There are two that I'm identifying right now that could be possible motive. One is this is a Christian school. They probably preached a lot about how, a man should not lay with another man, a woman should not lay with another woman. It may have been very bothersome to her. I don't know why so many years later, but there may have been something that went on at that school when she was younger. Maybe because she was playing with boy stuff, and maybe they were addressing her and letting her know that she's a girl. Those could be kind of things that could have, instigated some of this. Another thought that I had that came to my mind first, in all fairness, is the fact that she could have been SA'd in that school at a young age, which may have helped lean her toward this. I've heard that before, where people were abused as children and chose not to be heterosexual because of it. There are some things, sometimes it's not a choice and sometimes it is for these folks. I've met both. I've met heterosexual males that were with other men, and it's just one of those things. So not every person that's gay was born that way. We all know that to be true, but still, is this something where she had a really bad experience that scarred her for life, and everything is falling apart for her, and she knew that it came down to this one spot? So there's a lot of theories. Those are two theories I'm kind of leaning toward, but this is seeming like, maybe she targeted the Christian school because of the fact that maybe they weren't so open with her when she was coming out, or knew that she was not, or did not want to be female, or identified more as a male. Some children this young are identifying as that because they're born that way. So a lot here. So let me know your thoughts. Do you I'm curious about this manifesto and what is in it and the reason, but it looks like they are working on it and they will be releasing that soon. So stay tuned to the Bullhorn Betty channel. We are covering this case of the mass shooting at the Presbyterian school in Nashville, Tennessee. God bless each and every one of you, and please, please be safe and hug your children this evening. Love you and God bless.